Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to make some homemade baby food. So what you're going to need is some carrots, which I bought these from H-E-B. They were already matchstick, but they're fresh. Then you're also going to need some either breast milk, which is what I have, or formula, or some baby water. You're going to need a food processor or a blender. The recipe I'm doing is with pork and carrots, and I just stopped boiling it. But it was just some leftover pork chop I had in the freezer. And if your kid is under 6 months old, you're not supposed to give them meat. But my kid is almost 7 months old, so we're going to start him on meat. And so I also Googled everything that is in, the food that we're about to make. And so pork has vitamin A, C, B1, B2. I can't pronounce that word. Folate, and then the minerals have potassium, phosphorus, magnesium, calcium, sodium, and iron. And then it only cost about 50 cents for me because it's out of pocket, because one, I already had the pork in my freezer, and two, at H-E-B I googled it, and it's only like 25 cents per ounce. And I mean, this is about 4 ounces, but I'm only going to use half of it. So I'm only out 50 cents. Then as you can see, the carrots have vitamin A, C, and then calcium and iron, which is awesome. And then for a bundle of carrots, I couldn't find the bag of matchstick carrots, but a bundle of carrots are 89 cents. And if you really want to get down to it, that's probably about 1, maybe 2 carrots. And that will make at least 2 or 3 jars of food. Let's see if he'll let me leave him in that. Okay, so breast milk is really good for your kid. It's completely free, and these are the only 3 items that are going into your baby's food, which I find comfort in because you know exactly what's going into them. And so I'm gonna show you how I put it together now. It's really simple. Full disclosure, I would definitely steam your kid's pork before you put it in there because it makes all the nutrients stay in it easier, but this was frozen, and so I was being lazy and I didn't want to defrost it and, whatever. But, yeah. And then I steamed the carrots. So what we're going to do is just add it all together and puree the heck out of it. Okay, so I definitely did not use all of the meat. I think that it works better if you have a higher veggie to meat ratio, so that's what we're doing. Okay, so the carrots are in, and I have decided that I'm going to go ahead and put his rice cereal in there too. Because he hates eating it by itself, but he will eat it if it's mixed in with the other stuff. Hey, dude. So yeah. So I'm just gonna add about whatever I would feed him normally. I think I added about 2 ounces, and we're gonna blend it and see what consistency it turns out to be, and if it needs more, then I'll add the last ounce. And then you just blend it up. Okay, so I'm definitely adding the last ounce. Okay, so there's the finished product. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the containers. I am just using some containers that I had bought with other baby food before I started making his food, and then some like salad dressing Tupperware. But I've even seen people put it in ice cubes and freeze it like that, which is awesome, but we have an electric ice maker on our refrigerator, so I haven't bought any yet, but that would be really convenient because you can just pop them out, put them in a Ziploc bag, and then take out a cube every time you need to feed your kid, So, yeah. Also, I would definitely freeze this because it does have breast milk or formula, and that doesn't stay good for longer than 48 hours, and once baby food is opened, like regular jars, it's only good for 48 hours too in the refrigerator. So I would definitely freeze it until you're ready to use it. And all of the recipe things online that I got it from said that it's good for 2 months in the freezer. So yeah, definitely would do the ice tray thing. I need to buy some actually, so yeah. And it made about 2 jars. It didn't fill this one up all the way, but it almost did, and this is bigger than this. So it made about 2 jars. And I'm gonna do the math for you, hang on. So I just wanna say that making the baby food is way more simple than what people make it out to be. It doesn't have to be anything special. I mean, yeah, I try to get it organic foods so that way there's no preservatives or anything, but as far as anything else, it's super simple. Honestly, you just get the ingredients and you throw them in a food processor after you steam them, and then add a liquid to make it creamy. And it really is that simple. So yeah, and I also want to tell y'all exactly how much money I just spent on making 2 jars of baby food compared to 2 jars of regular food. Okay, so 89 cents for a bundle of carrots. If you divide that by each carrot, you get about 17 cents. And we'll round up to 18 because it's 17.8 whenever you do the math. And like I said earlier, I only used about 50 cents worth of pork, which was left over. So really, you could just take that off because I wasn't going to use it anyways. I was going to throw it away or use it much later. And so when you add that together, it's 68 cents. And I Googled how much 1 jar of regular baby food is from Gerber, and it was $1.39 at Walmart. And so I multiplied that by 2 because I made 2 jars of baby food with what I made, and that ended up being $2.78. So I subtracted the $2.78 divided by the 68 cents, which is what I spent, and there was a $2.10 difference. So you for real save $2.10 out of $2.78. That is insane to me. Like, last note, I wouldn't be doing this if I had to be at work. If I had to be at work, I would, pick him up from daycare and feed him whatever store-bought food that I had, And that's fine if that's what you want to do, but I want to be able to hold my baby in this arm and then make money with this hand, because that's what Avocare offers you. It offers you the ability to make real live money off of your cell phone. And that's why I've started this, because I want to be there for every single event in Kyler's life. That's what's most important to me. So I just want to extend that opportunity out to you guys too. I would not be breastfeeding. I would not be making his food. I would not be here. I wouldn't have got to see him crawl for the first time, and I probably wouldn't be able to see him walk or anything else. Maybe, but there's a much higher chance now that I get to stay home.